Good morning. This is Dorothy Kilty, and this is Junk Journal January. I've been on vacation, so I'm behind on this, but I wanted to share with you what I did today. Day 12 is throwback. The prompt is throwback. And I was lucky enough to have my sister's helping a friend of hers clean out their house, and for personal reasons, they couldn't keep all this World War II communication stuff. And so for throwback, I thought I'd make something using that. So, for example, I went ahead and wrote here, World War II communication throwback for the prompt, and I put the number 12 up here in the flap on this. So what I've done is created like a stacked journal type thing with these different kinds of letters and things. So first of all, on here I have a postcard that this woman had sent to her husband. Some of these are going to him and some from him during World War II. So this was just a fascinating thing that they were doing in the Army. They would actually have people write their letter on this form, a V-mail form. And then they would photocopy it or something, and they would put it on microfiche. And they would send these films of microfiche over to wherever they were going, and then they would be printed out over there. So what would actually be received is a small envelope like this. This would be folded so that the address showed through the window, and then they would get the letter on one sheet. So it had to be on a special form. You had to use certain kind of inks. It was kind of it's something that I didn't know about and that I just thought was fascinating. So I wanted to include that there. Okay, now you'll also find when you open this stack, okay, telegrams. I don't hear too much about telegrams anymore, but they were a really, really common way to send information back then. This is January 8th, 1945. And so inside, you would go to the Western Union. You had to go in person those days, I believe. And you would type up a message, and they would type it on this, and they would send it electronically, and then it would be printed out on the sheet to be given to the person on the other side. My older sister actually worked for Western Union for a while, so this is really interesting to me because of that anyway. Okay, now if you pull this over, whoops, this was an airmail letter, and these were lighter weight paper, so always very interesting. And this is the end of the letter with a lipstick kiss. And this paper, I don't know if you can hear the crinkle, but, you know, very, very interesting paper. And I had cut that off to put in. I was going to glue it in before I decided to do the stack from the envelope. But there's the whole letter right there. So airmail letters and telegraphs and the V-mail, and then last but not least, the postcards. So I'm sure there was more ways of communication, but these were the main ones in World War II. So fascinating. I hope you enjoyed this. I certainly enjoyed creating it.